Alright, yeah, so today's title is Illuminati will end this September. Well, who knows? That title just sort of came out of nowhere before, it started powering up for tonight. And I guess we will see. I still feel October, but September might be a time of great change in there. It's going to be Hollywood setting itself on fire. Who knows? We're going into a new direction. All right. Yeah. This is. Thank you for joining us. This is brought to you by the fifth dimension, fourth dimension, sixth dimension, every dimension but the third dimension. As the third dimension is full, slowly goes into the 1950s. I keep getting the 1950s, and that's pretty much, we're like the echo of that, right? 1980s. The 80s is like a style of the 50s. We're all building off from the 50s, from what I'm gathering. And now it's time to put an end to it. So that goes into culture change. We have not quite hit that yet, but we're on our way. So, once again, thank you for joining us. My video just went out of focus again, and that's turned off. So, gotta love technology. Gotta love it. God, come on. Alright, we'll just do all this out of focus. Let's see if I change it. I give up. Well, I guess it's a subject matter. Gee, come on, tech. It's not even turned on. I have to mess with that later, I guess. I guess I can do it here. One moment, please. White balance is on. Okay, that's on. Well, it feels like I fixed it, sort of. Focus. Oh, it has autofocus. Okay, maybe it wasn't. What's exposure do? So that's what exposure does. Okay. Alright. Shouldn't have that problem anymore. Guess I didn't uncheck it after all. Alright. Thank you for joining us again. Yeah, so and of course when I was at Disney, obviously there's a lot of portal energies there that I'm not aware of, or I didn't really. When you're getting rained on or you're soaking hot, just hot, it's hard to connect to all that. But now while I'm here, yeah, it's just basically, I've been there before, of course, but I felt just to keep people on the program. Merchandise has a lot to do with that. This is normal. Buying stuff is normal. Being part of our system of mind control is normal. Did you like our movie? No. Buy your stuff anyway. So, yeah, it's basically a big shopping mall. And what I got, now this is something old, yeah, it's just basically telling you how to be human. Just buy stuff and look at the fireworks, and you are our bitch, basically. Something around those lines. I believe that's the entities that are doing all of this. Now I believe these like theme parks and stuff will eventually turn around to like energy centers, gathering centers, to basically reverse the mind control, but not yet. Eventually, not soon enough. Let's see. Oh yeah, I should actually put this in the title. I completely forgot about it. Those that are like connected to like Gothic music, Gothic, whatever, satanic stuff. But not really going to the Church of Satan, but Gothic people. I did connect to them in the past that they're like archons. Maybe not all of them. A lot of them also been through child sacrifice through their past lives. They've been through child sacrifice. Either they were the child that was sacrificed, or they're the ones doing it. I believe that's very connected to those that wear black all the time. Doesn't mean they go to the Church of Satan or anything, but those are like really the extremists. But those just want to hold power over humanity or whatever. But that just came to me, a message. Basically, Gothic people, not all of them. A lot of them have been through those rituals. They just get away from it, or they just were never reincarnated here. Don't blame them. But or they just shed all of that and go into maybe religion. I just see many that are deprogramming from the Illuminati. They go directly to religion. It's better than what they've been through before, and that's true. Even if there's a lot of problems there, it's better than the alternative. So, and you can say that doesn't mean that they're, you know, gung ho of it, but you know, they go there for protection, which makes a lot of sense. But yeah, we got a lot of healing to do here. Jeez. But those that have been, you know, in the Gothic communities, a lot of them, what I got kind of a glimpse of those, a lot of them have been sacrificed, and they'll like continue to be incarnated in those type of sacrifice situations throughout history. It's like the only thing they know. And so when you come out of it, it's like you've been abused and then you become the abuser, and in some ways. So growing up in the Gothic world, it's kind of, doesn't mean they're doing it on their own. Some do, and others don't know how to come out of that dark abyss. So they're still connected to their own darkness. Not to say they're looking for an out, but some of them might be, but they have no direction. It's like, that's what I get from, that was a message a couple of days ago, actually. Something around those lines. It's in that area. Like Marilyn Manson is like a just a mind control freak, basically. You say a priest, a Gothic priest. I see him as a priest, but not doing very priest things. I do see him doing blood sacrifice actually in past lives as a druid. And in this lifetime, I think he's trying to redeem himself. It's not working out too well. But either way, there's light and dark to everything. But he has not let go of his dark side. Let's put it that way. I don't think he knows how. Not in this world. I guess you can say he's here to bring it, you know, show everybody it too, that they exist. Show them. I mean, kind of give them a leader in some ways. Okay, I've had enough of that. I wasn't expecting to go in that direction, but I want to at least put some of that out there. Of course, not in the title, but it should. Well, anyway. All right, Illuminati ending. I don't know. The beings here said. I guess they're getting ready for some kind of September situation. I don't know. I still feel a lot of October, but September, anything goes. Who knows? It doesn't mean it's going to be an alien invasion or anything like that. We're not there yet. We have to get rid of all the crap first. There's plenty of that to get. There's plenty of that. There's just so much. Jeez. It's like, it's like once you remove the boulder, everything starts to flood through. It's like the dam has not broken yet. I feel like it's getting something's on its way. Let's put it that way. If Hollywood comes down, that'd be really always part of it, or some part of it. That would be that would show that the people are ready. It has a lot to do with the consciousness, so it's difficult to really know where this is going, because it has to do with free will, and you give your free will to somebody else, or doing this or that. So we are going through a cleansing. California's going through one, that's for sure. Send our prayers to that. Jeez, it just. But hopefully this means that all the darkness will really start unloosening. Harvey Weinstein was one version of it, but more on the way. I believe so, but there's so much fear. But some people just stop caring. If more people stop caring, I mean, obviously they care, but they bring out this because a lot of people have information that they're not going forward with publicly. If more of that comes through, they'll be taken care of in a positive. I mean, financial or whatever it is, they'll find a way to make it work. Because a lot of them are going to probably destroy their careers because of it. But because that's what really helped us go into the light. It's just like with this. I get a message from the space program too. A lot of that is the same thing as Hollywood, which makes sense. The cover up. It's financial cover up, and you've probably heard that before. And yeah, and not to say there's that sexual stuff going on there, but there's definitely a cover up there, and it's financially connected for sure. Ouch. It feels like a lot of astronauts go to their deathbed and regret they walked away or got paid off or whatever it might be that shut them up or died early. We'll never know. So yeah, I guess they felt a lot of people wouldn't believe it, so why risk your whole career on that? Makes sense. There are some people that I've said something, said things, but there's a lot more. You can say if a whole bunch of them a whole bunch of NASA scientists start, doing their old Me Too moment of of deep state corruption, that would be different. That would be different. That would be good. So who knows? That'd be good if we go into that environment of basically just whistleblowing on all this stuff, all one after the other. But I have to see. I don't know. So yeah, they wanted to mention September. Once again, yeah, I felt October, but September seems to be the boiling point. Who knows? We just have to wait and see. I'm still waiting for the aliens to show up. Like when I do with the alien connections, obviously we're not ready for it. Well, this moment, but we're building up to some kind of disclosure. I did a drive when I left Orlando. Went to, you say, an area where there is alien vortexes. I don't know exactly where they are, but they're away from civilization. Mostly at night. At least that's when they activate mostly. During the day, there's probably a bunch of stuff up. It's just basically kind of in the boonies or not. Sort of yes or no. So I didn't see anything, and yeah, it's kind of hard to look for that stuff while you're driving. Not to say you need to, but when you leave civilization, it's of course it takes a lot longer to get home. That's for sure. But especially to have road detours and all that. But as for where it's heading, what's coming up, something's in the air for sure. All right, let's see if I can do this right. Yeah, this is IvanTower.com. Those that are new to all this, we have private sessions throughout the week. We have a scheduler here. You have where to have a channel if you're interested. Google Hangout, Zoom, and channeling by phone. It's all recorded. If you'd like it recorded, we also have questions. I'm about 8 days behind. I was going to answer a bunch of stuff today. Catch up a little bit more, but my energy's down, so I don't want to half-ass it. We also have the social network. Thank you for those that are posting on there. We also have Sphere Social, and we have other channels and heroes I do recommend. We have the Jake comic. That's not the right one. The Jake comic here. Next one's on its way, and we have the radio show, probably broadcasting Friday night. Maybe I might give myself a break. We'll see. But thank you for supporting the madness here. And I'm trying to get back to everybody. Send me a message. I think one I forgot about a couple. Doing what we can. So, all right. I was gonna bring in a somebody. But the weights do feel like they're scared, which I'm kind of surprised about. I guess you can say they're connecting to the predictions. There is a new energy, and I like to see third dimension go away altogether, just like the next guy. Not to say there's a lot of people lined up for that, but yeah, we're in a turning point. The world is. So, not to say it's the end of the world, doesn't mean the stock market's going to crash. I don't think it'll do anything. It won't. I think it'll just make things worse. It's already a mess as it is. So, we're in a world turning point that has not fully. You can say the fires are kind of an indication that we're going in a new direction. Has not fully showed itself yet. Like we had the hurricanes blasting through here in September. It's very, very quiet. Too quiet. It'll probably be quiet for the rest of the year, but we'll see. But it does seem like we're going into some kind of change, voodoo change, that is not making itself well known for obvious reasons. Remnants of it, let's see, August, little pieces of it are here and there showing, those that are in the know. In September, it seems like it will start to, the waves will start, and then it'll go into October also. I believe the media is going to be involved with it because they got nothing to do. I mean, what do they broadcast on anyway half the time? Just they say the same subject and beat it to death for like what, 5-8 hours. So, oh yeah, that's right. Alex Jones just he went on Vimeo and got kicked off of that. Man, he's got kryptonite. It's just not looking good. So, I imagine down the road he's going to start downsizing. Because I don't know how long he can keep his... Unless he can do something to get everybody's attention, pay attention to him. Yeah, it's probably going to have to. It's going to have no choice. I mean, it's doing well now. But without YouTube, because YouTube's a good promoter, I don't know how that's going to work. But not to say it's going to go away. It's just not going to be as strong as it used to be. But I could be wrong, but if he keeps getting kicked off of everything, I'm not sure how you can do it. So, talk about aliens and really take all your audience and run it into the ground. It's like, yeah, you can talk about that, see where that goes. Everybody's connected to aliens. Everybody is an alien. They just don't realize. So they tell you you're not channeling aliens. What do they know? You can say they're trying to put a stop to it. You can say jealousy, whatever it might be. Soul is not ready for it, obviously. Might not be connected to the energy that you're looking for. It does not mean it's always wrong. Sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't. It all depends, but it does feel like we're going to some kind of transformation. Yeah, I think that's been said like 200 times. It usually happens during the week. I don't think it will happen on a weekend, whatever is about to occur. Once again, I think it's already been pulled out of its. It's already out there. It's just should find out what it is. Guess we'll find out. It feels like it's built up. It might be. I don't think it's political. It might go into politics, but I don't think it's political. It's not Russia. That's just a deep state cover-up. I mean, our government, our police, isn't that run like Soviet Union? You know, at least the old Soviet Union. That's the feeling I get, at least. Nazi Germany, you can say. Not to say all of it's bad, but yeah. And in China, I think that's a smokescreen too. Gee, it just never ends. China is a smokescreen. Not to say it's perfect, but it's like a diversion. There's these tech companies have already sold themselves out ages ago. This is nothing new. They might be going public with it, but we've done this ages ago. None of this is new. Like, I don't think Russia's the bad guy, you know, and China. I mean, it's the whole thing. It's just, when is the balloon going to pop? Of all the, it's all nonsense. I mean, when is the third dimension reality going to really? I mean, I don't connect to it that much, but you know, you hear like I look at Alex Jones and what's going on, so I pick up the China thing. But once again, it's just a subject that they need to. It's like, you know, it's a wheel they need to go into to, you know, like for a mouse running on a wheel. They just need something to do. Let's put it that way. Somebody to blame, whatever it is. China. Apple is not doing the best. I believe there are a lot of internal issues there. Meaning that they're not that. I mean, yeah, there's a $1 trillion company, but I don't think they're that relevant. It's like innovation's zero. It's like, I believe within it, it's like they gotta sell themselves out or do something to stay relevant, because there's nothing new coming out of that place. And you don't have to look at what I say. Look at the company itself. It's not doing anything. It's just same old now. You know, the innovator's gone, so they're not willing to take any risks, and they create a watch that's, and that new, was it that Apple tab that you stick the pencil inside of it to charge it, whatever. It feels like internally Apple is not doing so well, so China makes sense for them. Like I said, I think they're right. They gotta get revenue somewhere. They gotta sell themselves out. So, but either way, we're already sold out from the day we were born. So I don't know what the hell they're talking about. Especially when you connect to the third dimension and drink the Kool-Aid of it, go into paranoia and negative emotions of the mind trap of World War III. All of that. Once again, it's all 1950s thinking. We're going into the future, right? So the future is galactic. So all this nonsense, none of it means anything. It's just like a, what do you call it, a mind fuck from the reptilians. They don't want us to wake up. They don't show themselves. They don't want us to. They don't want us to wake up. They want us to stay in, you know, the old world as long, and many give into it. It's easy. That's where you get your paycheck from, right? You get your paycheck from the third dimension, right? You get paid to be in the third dimension. When you really think about it, you do. This is how you survive. So when you go against the third dimension, you become very, very poor, as many know that. Many of the alien communities are poor. Yeah, some want to just live off of everyone's whatever. Some are just completely lost their minds, but that's okay. But yeah, it makes sense. They pay to be part of the third dimension, which makes sense when you really think about it. So it's, yeah, to move out of that dimension is hurt the wallet, but change is never easy. As basically you start to trust your instincts more, and all this it's going to become easier to trust yourself. Doesn't mean you have to trust everybody, but even if you do make a mistake, you'll say, I really learned a lot from that. Not to say you have to go make mistakes every 5 minutes, but you know, yeah, like the Illuminati releasing is for us to connect more to our senses. Of course, when I come here and sit with this, I see it more clearly. I guess I open up a portal when I'm here. But when I'm in the regular world, I feel blockages like anybody else. But that doesn't mean, you know, it's just like we're not ready or this or that, blah, blah, blah. It doesn't mean we're not going into the highway of knowledge. We are. It's just, it's not as soon as we like it. Like right now, good luck. But some are, I believe, are connecting more to it. But yeah, major changes are on the way for sure. I don't know what. Yeah, take out with a grain of salt. I mean, I still think. I mean, this is one that's saying alien disclosure is imminent, but that does intertwine into whatever the hell third dimension is going to start barfing out of itself. You know, it's going to, you know, what I call it, you know, mental diarrhea that they're throwing on us. Sorry, I had to say that, but it's true. Third dimension is really, it's not as powerful as it used to be, is what I'm getting. It's the Duracell battery is now only obviously how many people are going to pick up on this? Not many. At least on your mass populations, they're not going to see it. So basically, you're just connecting more to your energy fields, your instincts, and connecting more to your timeline. You feel it better. You see it better. Right now, there's blockages. Can't see anything. Right? Can you see the future that well? Not very well. Usually, you hear glimpses here and there, but nothing very clear. So it's just like you turn into a car battery, you could say. And now you're finally starting to see yourself charge up. You know, you're starting to see maybe the worst word, car battery. But anyway, you're just seeing yourself activate more. Not to say it's happening now. Some people might be having it now. Bless you. Share it, please. But it does seem like that's where we're heading towards. That's nice. As for when, who the hell knows? Tomorrow would be good. Right now would be good. But it looks like the Earth needs to let go of its skeletons in its closet for us to really... Because it feels like when the Earth starts... I mean, it was a major... I mean, I'm talking about a major scandal or whatever it is to blow out of its system. It's like, okay, now I feel that I needed that. I needed that. Now, that's what I'm getting. It's like then you'll have your activation. So a lot of people will be panicking. 3D is going to do what 3D does best. But, you got to process it. That's their business. It's fine. But a lot of us came here to be beaten by them. Yeah, third dimension has not been fun. Yeah, definitely. I've been waiting to open up the fourth dimension for a long time. Ever since I came in here, I was like, what the hell was I thinking coming here? So it feels like the portals into the 5D are closer than they've ever been before. Once again, as for when, it's... I believe many that are aware of my channel and others, of course, that want a different world, are assisting this, of course. Doesn't mean they have to know who I am, but especially those that are like the Hollywood Gate stuff, the weird stuff. It goes into the tech companies. The tech is going to be a tough one to. That might be one of the last ones to really be known, because a lot of these tech companies feel like they're God. They kind of act like it too. Google does. Facebook does. Apple used to. Well, it does, but I think a lot of it's been artificially. Apple's been artificially, it's. I don't think it's as popular as it used to be. It's been all done through manipulation of some kind. Because it's not innovating worth a damn, and it's still making money. It's weird. So whatever they're doing, the black magic, whatever they're doing, it's working. But I don't think it can last forever. So they're manipulating the markets. They're doing whatever they can to stay relevant. They're just they're half-assing half the stuff they do anyway. So I should know. I use one of their phones. So not to say Google's perfect, but I think they have a God complex. Definitely Illuminati complex. So I believe that the tech companies are the last ones to go. But Hollywood, we'll see. If Wall Street, maybe there might be some other stuff out there, but if the government starts to fall apart, that'll be that one. Yeah, the truth about that. What's going on behind the scenes, that one will be really ugly. That's ceremonial, like rituals and all that, and major mind control. That one's gonna be a tough one to burst, but they're not gonna go willingly. Let's put it that way. That would be quite the show to see that start to tear apart, tear itself apart. What's really going on there? You know, like there is devil worship there for sure. I don't know if they go there in robes in parts of Washington D.C. and do their rituals. I wouldn't doubt it, but I believe they have to do it in secret somewhere. But I imagine it's done there somewhere. It has to be. All that symbolism all through Washington D.C. That's not all there just for the hell of it. They use that for power, but they must be doing their rituals there somewhere. Maybe they're doing it at some old person's house, and maybe they're keeping it quiet. But you know, but either way, just to keep their power. I guess we'll find out in the future. But yeah, we are going through an awakening, and the big long wait. That's all I have for that. So yeah, the message for the title of this basically came to me, so I guess that's them telling that changes in there. Alright, we'll bring in somebody. I'm not sure who. I believe from the spirit world. Not sure about the alien world. The spirit world, we need their help all we can get to. Change direction, help us see ourselves more clearly. So alright, blessings, and maybe somebody else will come through. Might keep it a short night tonight. So alright, here we go. Blessings, and happy Monday. It's going to be. Blessings. Hope I didn't just curse that. Alright, blessings. Greetings to you, I'm the Prime Creator. Much love. Greetings to you, humans. Blessings to you. As yes, you're learning more about yourselves, aren't you? Taking care more of yourselves in a vibrational way. Not giving in to fear. Realize fear is a catwalk into the third dimension, and many of you realize you can fly. And this flying energy is going to increase as you're going to unmask this reality coming soon. How you're going to do it is up to you. Many of you are connecting to the astral plane, as you've been playing this for such a long time and want to do it right. As you want to have it is done. It's just like putting together a quilt. You want to take your time with it as you build, and you're building a new foundation on your planet, and you want no one left out as this change occurs. It's basically, yes, the third dimensional consciousness of human is going to gradually see life differently. And many of you have already seen the future. You need to, because you're bringing it in. Those of the 3D environment, though, that have difficulties with all of this are taking their time. As you can see, many of them found pleasure in this reality. If it's video games, if it's food, is it their work, they found pleasure here. Many of you chose not to have any of those pleasures because you want the higher realms to connect to this planet. And most of you have rejected those ideas already, so it wouldn't have worked anyway. But it's just many of you have precautions around it that you won't get pulled into the matrix, and it wouldn't have been successful anyway. It just prolonged your awakening. And many do go through a self-destruction energy as they are more aware of the fourth dimensions, like, why did I come here? It's time to leave. And of course there are forces here to keep you here, and of course it's not an easy environment. So what's coming into your reality? It is many of you of the 4D, 5D, 6D are bringing your points of view into this environment, your housing of existence, your worlds. as you are slowly and you are getting rid of what is not needed at first, taking your time, of course, because many do find it very hurtful as for they have to let go of what they love, which is in the third dimension, even if it is a manipulation. It's like having a parent that's very abusive. They still love them, even if they are under its control mentally. They still love them, and it has to do with movies and other attributes, clothes even. So they like that side of it. They have a reason for it. It's because realize that things that many people endure is like a parent to them in a lot of ways. They're learning through it. So 3D is, yes, it's a family affair. So having it released too soon is not it's not a loving way. Easing into the higher dimensional energies, of course, is what's needed. So you're bringing your philosophies into this life, and you're bringing those philosophies. Some of you bring it right to their face, of course, but not to force it on anyone, but at least to show where you are coming from, as this is your shielding, your energy field. And realize, yes, there is a transformation, but not yet, but it's coming. It is coming, and many of you are still in preparations. Now, alien disclosure. Those of you on this planet are, yes, obviously involved with the alien disclosure. You are disclosure beings. You are also, as they call it, experts on it. You don't have to be here to do that. You don't have to be, on your YouTube, which is enough of that. But many of you chose not to go in that direction for a good reason. The ridicule is not what many want. But you might not think that you're an expert, but you are in the range of, you are. Yes, I'm using a human word, but you're aware of what's coming, you feel what's coming, you are involved with it, you're in the elevator of time. Of course, there is no time, but the elevator, I'm going to say it anyway, the elevator of time. You're going to the next level. You are on that elevator, pressing that key to take others with you to that new vibration. So you didn't just come here just with a big question mark. Now many of you are having difficulties. What am I here for? Well, a lot of you are here for the fourth dimension vibration, just not have that quite understand it yet. You have not figured it out. It does not mean you're not involved with it. You are. It's just, it's all timing too. Once the time comes, I say, now I know what I've been waiting for. So there's a lot of waiting, yes. And those that are in the cocoon of 3D, that are just having a grand old time, even if there's difficulties, they're still having a blast compared to those that are having fourth dimensional consciousness, are having difficulties relating to anyone, feel very alone. So you are turning the tables, but you don't want anybody to be alone. But as the 4D energies and 5D increase, many in the 3D will feel alone. They feel like they're fighting something they can't see. Change can be a bitch. It's all in how you perceive it, though, because many are going to have difficulties perceiving it. Because you say, yes, we are all aliens and we're all looking at each other. We want the aliens. There they are right in front of you. Many are having difficulties processing that, as you might be known to. They think it's a trick. It is because they're not even trusting themselves. How are they going to trust anybody else? Blessings to you in this new endeavor you are doing. It's like having a new car that you have not driven yet. You only see it. That's what you're working towards. You're walking up to the drive into the new world, basically. Blessings to you all. Alright, my Much love, everyone. Good night.